Welcome back, everybody, to another fantastic day of U.S. history. So we are going to go over the political exploration part 1. And this is going to give you a little idea of what I'm looking for in each of the actual questions and also how to do things correctly. Because this is a process. You need to do the process correctly to get the right things out of it. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so we are in my Google Classroom. Before I move on, I will say I'll split this up. So I'm going to do a video for part 1 and a video for part 2 just to keep things nice and short. So now we are in Google Classroom. What you're going to do, you're going to go to classwork. And you have politics and media, a section here. It's also over here on the left. Politics and media, go ahead and click that. And you have part 2 here, but we need to get down to part 1. Political exploration part 1. Optional. You guys, this is completely optional. This is only if you want to just go through it, see how things work. I would like to see your responses and see what changes in your thought process or your perspective over time. So if you want to do me a solid, turn in what you got. Turn in what you're thinking, turn in the answers. If not, then just go through this and just have your own fun with it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click the assignment. You have political exploration part 1 here, so click that. So we are in part 1, and so where it says follow along with this video, this is the video that you're on right now. It's not linked here because I haven't made the video yet, but once I make it, I'll link it there. So the first question, the first task, list as many possible factors that can influence a person's values and choose the top 5 factors that influence you the most. So your values are the things you hold dear to you, your own personal beliefs. They could be anything like has to do with religion, or maybe killing is bad, or that I should give away my money to people. Whatever affects your own values, something that you believe in. And as we know, there are many things that can affect a person's ideology, their beliefs, their actions. What you're going to do is you're going to list all the different, brain dump it, put it all on there, as many different factors. And as an example, I'll put the town they live in. The town they live in can influence a person. There's also different other aspects about a town. You can go a little bit more specific, and you can list all the different factors you can think of here. And then you're going to think about you. We have come up with a bunch of different factors. What about you? What has influenced you the most? What are the top 5 factors that influence you? And go ahead and list those here. Once you have list those, we're going to go to the next question. Next question says, or next task, it says, explain how one of those factors influence what you believe in. Make sure to be specific. So out of the top 5, choose one that you believe affects you the most, that has the greatest effect over you. And then explain how it has affected you. Be specific. Don't just be like, they affect me what I believe in because I live with... No, you need to be specific. Go into the specifics. Explain how that affects what you believe and what exactly you believe. Once you have answered that question, then go down to the next one. So for the next question, we are getting into the actual definitions. You hear me in class always talk about the left and the right, conservatives and liberals, and we've gone into it, but we never really truly explore it and put ourselves into a category. And so for this one, you have 2 definitions, one for liberal, one for conservatives, and I'll pull this out a site that we're going to be reading later. So for the liberal, the left, it says, liberals believe in government action to achieve equal opportunity for all. It is the duty of the government to alleviate social ill and to protect civil liberties and individuals and human rights. They believe the role of the government should be to guarantee that no one's in need. Liberal policies generally emphasize the need for the government to solve problems. So I'm going to go through this again one more time, but put it a little bit more easier to understand. Liberals believe that the government should take action to make sure everyone's equal. It is the duty of the government to alleviate social ill. So the government should get involved to help when things are going bad and to protect the liberties, the freedoms of all people, that individuals and human rights. They believe the role of the government should be to guarantee that no one's in need, so to make sure that the government is there to provide a safety net for everyone, so that if something bad's going on in someone's life, that they're not all by themselves, there's some help. Liberal policy generally emphasizes the need of the government to solve problems, so the government is actively involved in the economy and in the social lives of people. Now, conservatives, the right, conservatives believe in personal responsibility, limited government, free markets, individual liberty, traditional American values, and a strong national defense. Believe the role of government should be to provide people the freedom necessary to pursue their own goals. Conservative policy generally emphasizes empowerment of the individual to solve problems. So again, I'm going to go through this and make it easier to understand. Conservatives believe that it is the individual to be responsible of their own lives and how it goes and how they get themselves out. They believe the government should not be involved in the economy or in social lives. Traditional American values, so whatever traditional American values is supposed to mean, that is what conservatives believe in. And based off our history, it has really just been a Christian-centric and limited government-centric type of government. That's the values of America. And a strong national defense, so a strong military. They believe the role of government is to provide people the freedom necessary to pursue their own goals. So the government does not infringe on freedom, but also protects freedom. Conservative policies generally emphasize empowerment of an individual to solve problems. Again, putting a lot of the responsibility on the individual is not the government's job to help you, it is your own job to help yourself. That is the conservative view. So now you have these definitions and you have my explanations or reiteration of it. We're going to go down to number 3. And for number 3, it says, based on your own values and your understanding of the terms liberal and conservative, where do you think you fall into and why? You must choose liberal or conservative, no in between. You must choose liberal or conservative. You cannot choose in between. Yes, I know, can be frustrating for a lot of you guys, but this is a process. There's a reason why we're doing this. So choose which one you believe you fall into and explain why you believe you fall into that one. That's the one that most represents you, and therefore that's the one you fall into. Now we have chosen either left or right. Now it's time for you to go ahead and take a political spectrum test. So it says take this political spectrum test and answer question number 4. Here's the test. You click this link. It's peoplepress.org. So this is coming from the Pew Research Center. This is a non-political leaning, unbiased type of research for politics, and they're very highly credible, and they have their own typology quiz, so where you can answer a bunch of questions and they put you on a spectrum on the left or the right. So we'll see. I'm going to take this, but I'm just going to choose random questions, go through it, so give me 1 second. So I went ahead and just chose random answers, and I didn't even read the questions, I didn't read the answers, and this is what it put me under. So at the end of taking the test, it will put you under a group. And for this group, I have devout and diverse, along with 9% of the public. So what you're going to do is, after you were given the category, you're going to go back to the document. You're going to click here where it says, look up what your results mean. Results meaning. So you're going to click that. And I'm going to look for devout and diverse. Here it is. And you're just going to read the description of it, some lifestyle notes, and the data, and just to see what does that really mean? What does it mean to be put in this group? Once you have read the short description, go back to the document and read number 4. After taking the political spectrum test, were you surprised with where you landed on the political spectrum? Yes or no? Why or why not? Optional. Political title given. So you can put it there, you don't have to, but you can put the title that you got at the end of the test, and then explain whether or not you agree with it, or were you surprised with it? Yes, no, why, or why not? Does it align perfectly? What was something in the description or the lifestyle facts that you found surprising? So go ahead and write that here. And once you have answered those 4 questions, then you'll move on to part 2. Alright, there you have it. So that was Political Exploration Part 1. If you have any additional questions about Part 1, don't be afraid to reach out to me through Remind, or you can also message me through Google Classroom, or text/call me through my work number. My work number is the number that is attached to all the emails I've been sending to you guys through your student accounts. So if you have any additional questions, please reach out. I'm here to help. I want to make sure you go through the process correctly so you get what you need to get out of this exploration. With that being said, I'll see you on the next video, Political Exploration Part 2.